with the San Francisco 49ers. Getting toward the halfway point of the NFL season, Week 7 is underway on EA Sports.
Here we go. Like 20! 3.
So we got man. Watch safety creeping. Safety's creeping.
Now a man who really stepped up last year. This is Matt Breida. And he'll wind up with about 6, up past the 30 to the 31. Matt Breida out of Georgia Southern now in his 3rd year in a 49er uniform. He was tough to keep off the field last year. Very good yards per carry. 5.3 on 153 attempts. Good for over 800 yards rushing.
Here we go.
They'll come up now 2nd and 4 from the 31.
3 ball.
And he'll be brought down shy of the 40 at the 38-yard line. 7 yards there and a first down.
Well, it certainly appears that in this game, someone has decided they're going to open up their playbook. First quarter, and we see that play. I like their style.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38.
12. Hey, gun.
Garoppolo looks to throw. Rush coming, and he's taken down. Ryan Kerrigan in there for the sack, and it's an important one from a personal standpoint, as that is sack number 100 in what has certainly been a terrific career to this point. Got to imagine the pass rush will be equally intense here on 2nd down following the sack. It's 2nd and 18.
I got this.
Garoppolo now. Deep ball for Goodwin. And it's knocked away and incomplete. The intended receiver, Marquise Goodwin. And it's 3rd down.
Well, that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice, getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, have them back on their heels.
Here we go.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down.
2.
I'm going back to you.
Now with the play clock about to expire, we get a whistle and a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter.
Here we go. 6. 1, Omaha.
Here we go. Slam.
Hey, whoa. Lock.
Kill. Turn up.
From the gun on 3rd, Garoppolo. And able to haul it in is Kittle. That one good for 24 yards.
It certainly feels like there are more stars at the tight end position than there were even 10 years ago. And I think it's become more of a glamour position because of the ways it can hurt a defense, and guys want to be involved. They can be in line, close to the line of scrimmage. They can split out like receivers. But hands, route running, speed, and some toughness to go across the middle, you put it all together, you got a heck of a tight end candidate. All right, quick observation, Brandon, because early on in this game, I'm seeing linebackers playing with their noses close to the line of scrimmage.
And my guess is the wheels are turning on that other sideline. As a play caller, you're filing that away right now, aren't you?
Yeah, you're trying to find that opportunity later on when you can play action them or stick something to them between the second and the third level.
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10.
21. 65.
Garoppolo. Deep ball for Goodwin. Got a man, it's caught inside the 10. Touchdown, 49ers. Marquise Goodwin, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And they are able to strike first here on their opening drive. Gold with the extra point, and that makes the score 7-0. After the touchdown, it's Robbie Gould now to kick it away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Keenum and the Redskins now going to come up 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. A shotgun snap for Keenum. And the Niners get there and bring him down. Solomon Thomas, they love to see that from him as he slips in for the sack.
Brandon, if I'm an offensive coordinator and I see an all-out rush like that, I file it away because I'm going to use their aggressiveness against them as this game goes on. I'm going to hit them with a screen soon.
After the sack on 1st down, Keenum in trouble here, and down he goes. Back at the 8-yard line. Quan Alexander in there to drop him, and sacks on 1st and 2nd downs. Now leads to a 3rd and long. After the sack, they'll come up now 3rd and long.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised to see them run the ball here just to try and get some space.
Let him know.
Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here. After 1st and 2nd down went backwards, it's 3rd and very long. Throwing is Keenum. And that is the 3rd sack this offensive line has allowed this first quarter.
Yeah, that puts him on pace. Let me do the rudimentary math here. To be sacked 12 times in a game, I know he's not going to go for that. I wonder if it's going to reshape what they decide to do on offense in terms of play calling.
Well, I can tell you what, when he popped up, shaking his head, frustrated right now behind center. Good blocking there, nearly sprung him. As it is, it'll go as a 19-yard return. And the Niners set up well. They take over 1st and 10 on the short side of the field.
Here we go. What do you need?
Okay, just like that.
They'll run on 1st down. It's Coleman, and he's got it across the midfield stripe and into Washington territory. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
Well, if the coaching staff's doing a good job upstairs, they'll file away what they just saw from the defense right there. They sold out to stop that running play. I'd say keep that in mind. They want to try that again. Go play action, hit them over the top.
65.
Check out.
Now a fake on the give here as they try the run-pass option. Eluding the pressure right. And a flag comes in as that one falls incomplete. Well, let's see who this is on. Clearly wasn't outside of the tackle box. There's your penalty.
And accompanying that penalty, a loss of down.
So now it's 3rd and long, because remember, they also lose a down on the grounding call.
No.
Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense. And my goodness, they're now out of timeouts here in this first quarter. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down.
11. 21.
Let's go, Heavy. Heavy, what you got?
Hey, Sue.
What you got, Heavy? Give me some.
To throw, it's Garoppolo. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on 3rd down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. 3rd down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
The Redskins take over 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
Out there ready for this next drive, the Redskins offense. And on the first drive, 3 and out. And I know that these are professional athletes, but I would imagine sometimes you get the nerves at the beginning of a game still, don't you?
Those don't ever go away. And typically what I've heard from guys and what I remember from playing, if you don't have nerves at the start of a game, it's not going to be a great day for you. You're not really ready to play. So finding a way to harness those nerves and not let them affect you in a negative way, that's what all the guys are looking for.
Throwing again on 2nd down. Keenum, this one complete to Jordan Reed. And he's taken down but able to slip across the 35. Give him 14 on that one and a 1st down.
Redskins, 1st down. 1st and 10 at the 36-yard line.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10.
Go.
This is Chris Thompson in his 7th season now as a Redskin. And the hole closes quickly there. He gets maybe a couple up to the 38. Now this will probably be the last play of the quarter. After 7-0 on EA Sports. 2nd quarter now from our nation's capital. And it's the Redskins in possession of the football as they've got a 2nd and 8 forthcoming. From the 38, Keenum looking right sideline, but it's incomplete. Pretty solid coverage there by the All-Pro Richard Sherman, able to get a hand in.
One of the things I love about this job is that I get to go to practices before games and watch guys work out. And what throws me every single time I see Richard Sherman, one of the best corners in the league, is just how long he is. I'm not even talking about being 6'5". That's not what I'm saying.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
And this is away. It's a high kick, and he got all of it.
The Niners take over 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. They've got the lead. Last time had to punt it, though. What's the key to this drive?
I think it's leverage. The big guys up front. You know the motivational speech on the sideline is, guys, give us an opportunity. Protect the passer, create space for our runners, and let's go ahead and get these guys. Low man wins. Let's go do it on this drive.
We'll watch that leverage on this. And he will go down outside of the pocket for a sack. Tried to get away, but could not. Off the edge, the sack by Matt Ioannidis. You never want to give up a sack. From the O-line's perspective, they hate it for several reasons, especially because they felt like they let little brother down back there in the pocket.
Oh, no doubt. They have a ton of pride, and they go into every job wanting to keep that guy clean. They want that uniform with no grass stains, no dirt, nothing on it, but it's really, really difficult. You're talking about some terrific athletes who are trying to put him on the ground.
On second down, a run with Breida. And he'll get to the 29-yard line, brought down there. It's a pickup of 12, and that'll set up a third down. So from second and long, now we go to third and very manageable.
Yeah, they love that phrase, don't they? Because as an offensive coordinator, you can keep people a little bit off balance and guessing because you don't have to throw it. You can come back with a strong run game if you want to. And if you're in four-down territory, that really opens things up for you.
They'll try and run for it here. It's Coleman, and he's going to get to the 31, enough for the first down. They only get 2 there, but on 3rd and 1, that's all they needed to keep the drive going.
And the 49er first down.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Right back to Coleman here on 1st down. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3.
Well, no matter how they phrase it, staying on schedule, staying ahead of the sticks, whatever you want to call it, 7 yards on 1st down, that fits the bill.
Here we go.
A good run, got 7 on 1st. Here's 2nd and 3.
Check safety. 53 to Mike. 53. Check 53. I'm coming after you. I'm coming after you.
They'll run here with Coleman out of the gun. He's got a first down and then some at midfield. And finally taken down at the 35-yard line. 27 yards there, a first down.
That outside handoff to the left, that play has to warm the heart of an offensive line coach because they controlled the left side where they were supposed to, but they didn't allow anything to leak from the backside on the right side of the offensive line either. Well played.
Yeah, and it created a big run. In Washington territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 35-yard line. Now a fake on the give here as they try to run pass option. They'll find Goodwin here on the right side. Touchdown, 49ers! Jimmy Garoppolo with his 2nd touchdown pass of this first half. And the Niners are able to stretch their lead. Now he's having a nice little first half here, partner.
And it's a first half that leaves us anticipating what can still come. I mean, 2 touchdowns already here through the 2nd quarter. There could be plenty more before this game is over.
After the touchdown, it's Robbie Gould now to kick it away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly.
And down he goes. The 49ers get there.
I'm starting to feel for that quarterback back there. I mean, you know me. Normally, don't have a lot of empathy for the QB, right? In this case, definitely. He's been under constant duress this entire game. I don't know how he's surviving back there.
And to think, there's still a long way to go in this football game. In trouble here, and down he goes. Back at the 8-yard line. Needs something from deep in the bag of tricks here after 1st and 2nd down. Went backwards. It's 3rd and very long. Throwing now is Keenum. He'll go over the middle to Reed, complete. They get 13, but it's not. Nearly enough, and it'll be 4th down.
That's it, baby.
A gain of 13 on the play. It's 4th down.
Here's Tressway now as he's on to punt for Washington. And he gets this away, and look at this. This is a good one. 1:54 left on the clock here in quarter number 2. And we'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL. The Redskins now going to use the first of their 3 timeouts. So as they take it over, we step aside. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. It's been a good first half so far. They're up 14-0. Points here, they could really put them in command before intermission.
Yeah, and it's all well and good what they're seeing and how they're feeling right now. But this is the NFL. How many times have we watched 14-0 leads evaporate and quickly? So how do we...
And now Garoppolo lost the football into the Redskins' hand that they do.
With no running backs in the backfield to help pass protect, all the receivers in their patterns, these are going to be hot routes. If they sense a blitz or pressure on the quarterback, they've got to be prepared to break routes off early and get the football. In this case, never even had a chance. They popped the ball free in the backfield.
Redskins with their first trip to the red zone thus far. It's 1st and 10 at the 14. Shotgun handoff to Thompson. And they get to him quickly here as he's stopped right around the 13. And the tackle there by Quan Alexander. Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. From the gun, it's Keenan. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked by Tarvarius Moore. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. He was looking for Paul Richardson there.
Brandon, this is why golfers do their best to never count a score in their head before the ball goes in the cup. This looked like a slam dunk for points on this drive, didn't it? Instead, they throw an interception, and they're going to come away empty.
They'll start on the ground with Breida. And able to get this one out just shy of the 25 at the 24. The drive starting with a first down, 11 yards on that pickup. Garoppolo on first down. Flushed out right. And he can't find anywhere to go with it. And he goes down. Ryan Kerrigan in there to bring him down, and that is sack number 17 now on the season. Sacks, a growing theme in this first half. This is 2nd and long.
21. Come on, boy. Hey, Haywood.
Looking to throw. Garoppolo. That's complete to his receiver, Pettis. And he's going to lose yardage here back to the 14-yard line. It'll be a loss of 1, and they're going to face an uphill battle here on 3rd and long.
Here we go. 180. Lock.
Strong right. Hey, we got 3 down.
A shotgun snap for Garoppolo. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off by Dominique Rodgers-Cromartie. So we come upon halftime with our score 14-0. As we'll send you down the coast now to Orlando, that's where we find Jonathan Coachman, ready with our EA Sports halftime report. Coach. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. This will be taken short. And they're going to have really good starting field position here as that's taken up close to the 40. An update from Buffalo. The Bills have taken an early lead against the Dolphins. That one tight to this point, and you'd have to imagine it'll stay tight throughout. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. And they had a nice little drive going last time. Threw the interception in the red zone. Costly.
Bad enough to throw it anywhere, but that drives coaches insane when they're thinking about, hey, we got a shot at points already. We're already in a spot where you're thinking you got 3 on the board for sure, and to come away with nothing, that's a really tough one for them to swallow.
Yeah, will they make up for it? On 1st and 10, Keenum. He'll take his shot for the end zone. And this is taken in for a Redskins touchdown. Paul Richardson with touchdown number 8 on the year. As his guys are back within a single score. Dustin Hopkins on now to add the extra point. And that one makes it 14-7. This game back within a touchdown now as the kickoff's away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here. Ball on the 30. They'll come up with a 2nd and 5.
Rip left.
Hey, come on.
And some room to maneuver. And they've got it well across midfield down to the 40 before it's all said and done. And even 30 yards on a play that began back at the 30.
A gain of 30. And a 49er first down.
Here we go.
So the big play moves him all the way across midfield to the 40 now for 1st and 10. Garoppolo going to hand this one to Coleman. And they went the wrong way there. Losing yardage back at the 43-yard line. That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on 1st down.
Here we go, here we go, here we go. 180!
Here we go.
Now on 2nd and 13. Garoppolo. Coleman has it here right side. It'll be a pickup of only a yard, and they'll be facing a 3rd and 12.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
Here we go.
And the Redskins have an extra man in the secondary here on 3rd.
21. Here we go. Go ahead.
From the gun, it's Garoppolo. Under pressure, and he will go down. Sacked back at the 46. Montez Sweat in there to record the 2nd sack of his young NFL career. Here comes the 49ers punter now, as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. And a little too much mustard on that one. It hits a couple yards into the end zone. A missed opportunity there maybe to pin him back. Out there ready for this next drive, the Redskins offense. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
Now 2nd and 7 from the 23. Keenum. They'll roll him out right. On the run, he'll let it go deep, right sideline. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete. He was looking for Paul Richardson there, and that'll make it 3rd down.
Brings up 3rd down and 7.
Here goes the high. Blue 20. 54. Mike 54. Hey, take 53, 55.
Working from the gun, Keenum. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off at the 35. And his crew will take over with a football at the 35-yard line. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. They'll toss it to Coleman. He'll get the first down and more inside the 20. And he's going to take it in. Touchdown, San Francisco. Tevin Coleman with touchdown number 7 on the year. And the Niners are able to stretch their lead. Gold able to tack on the extra point. And it's now 21-7. After the touchdown, it's Robbie Gould now to kick it away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll.
Here goes 52.
Watch out, watch out, watch out, watch out.
They try to fire up the run game with Adrian Peterson. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
So after the run for a yard, here comes 2nd and 9 from the 26. On the ground, it's Thompson. Call it an 8-yard gain. Much better shape now on 3rd and just a yard.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Shotgun snap for Keenum. Got his man complete over the middle. That's Richardson. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. Defense was expecting run, and they're dealt a pass of over 15 yards.
First and 10 at the 49-yard line.
Keenum now. 5 straight completions here in this second half. 1st and 10. They'll fake the give. Now Keenum. Oh, he's going to let this go for the end zone. And that is caught. Touchdown, Washington. Paul Richardson. His 2nd touchdown of the game and his 9th on the year. As his guys are back within a single score.
I know Paul Revere talked about by land or by sea, right? You know, 1 by land, 2 by sea. He didn't mention air because right now we're seeing a big-time performance, aren't we? That's 2 touchdowns so far in this game.
Where'd you pull that one from?
And, you know, every now and then I actually listened in history class.
And you're just a scholar all the way around. You're reading all the time. I like that you fit that into the broadcast.
You know, I just grab a nugget when I can.
This game back within a touchdown now as the kickoff's away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments. I know when I was a kid, I always got real excited when I saw those lateral-type runs. But the best backs that made it happen, they put a foot in the ground and just go. That didn't happen there. That play got swallowed up.
So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12. Coleman now. Burst by him near the 35. And they'll get it all the way up about 5 yards shy of midfield. The play began back at the 23, and they pick up 23. Got to give a nod of appreciation to some of those guys up front over on that left side. Several key blocks sprung him.
No appreciation for the guys from the backside that didn't allow any leakage, and anybody could run him down from the backside.
They're at the kids' table.
Okay, so front side guys good, backside guys,
man,
that's what you're supposed to do?
I've had better.
Okay, either way, worked out quite well, didn't it? A nice sizable game.
And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. Another nice gain, 13 yards that time, and another first down.
He's still rumbling, isn't he? Still looking fresh in this one despite the heavy workload. But you and I both know, well-conditioned, and he did tell us that he thrives on being at his peak late in ball games.
In Washington territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 42-yard line. Coleman. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be second down.
Oh, that's one to warm the hearts of all those old-school football players, isn't it? Tough, hard, gritty run, got behind his pads, bowled over a few people. Look at that one, right up the gut.
So up through 3 quarters, no reason to lighten up now.
One, Omaha.
Joker.
Now they'll throw with Garoppolo. The tight end Kittle has it on the left side. Touchdown, 49ers. 3 touchdown passes now for Jimmy Garoppolo. And the Niners are able to stretch their lead. The tight end can kind of be that diamond in the rough secret weapon that you have, and right there they show you why.
And it's becoming less of a secret, isn't it, partner? Every game that we do nowadays, the tight end is a featured receiver, not just a blocker, as in the days of old.
Gold with the extra point, and the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. After the touchdown, it's Robbie Gould now to kick it away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. And they will simply, Charles, be looking to duplicate what they did last drive when they were able to push it in for 6.
And they hope it'll be that easy, right? To be able to take exactly what happened before, replicate it. They may have to make a few additional changes along the way because I'm sure the defense will make some adjustments, but they've got to have great confidence having scored the last time out.
The last play got just a yard. Here's 2nd and 9 from the 26. Off play action. Keenum sliding out of the pocket. And he's got his target. It's Vernon Davis. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. That one good for 26 and a first down. On first down, it's Thompson. And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield. That'll be a loss of 4 yards on the play. And that's going to make it 2nd and 14.
My 20.
Check 56.
Let's go, tackle. Let's go. We got this.
From the gun, here's Keenum. And Reed with it over the middle. And this will move the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the 49ers' 38-yard line. But correct me if I'm wrong, you're down 2 scores. I don't think you need to rush just yet, but you can't take your time either.
Yeah, even if you don't want to commit to full 2-minute offense, you have to up the tempo, up the urgency. Maybe you're starting to call 2 plays in a huddle each time you snap the ball.
Keenum now, a perfect 8 for 8 to start the second half. Not bad. Now the Niners get there and bring him down. Solomon Thomas picks up his 2nd sack of the afternoon. The 49ers now going to use the first of their timeouts. That'll... Leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. Under 4 to go now as they come up on second down. Keenum going to throw. Completes it right side to Doxson. It'll be a pickup of 15 as that'll lead to third down.
It's a gain of 15 yards and leads to third down.
Like 20.
54. Tackles.
Keenum on third down. Complete. Richardson has it. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. He's been big. 2 touchdowns earlier. Now he's got a first down here. From the red zone now. Keenum. And this is caught. In the end zone, it's Dotson for the Redskins touchdown. Josh Doxson, his 3rd touchdown now on the year, as his guys are back within a single score. Hopkins with the extra point, and now things get a bit more interesting here in this 4th quarter. Now San Francisco going to call their 2nd timeout. That's going to leave them with just 1 remaining here in this 4th quarter. And the 49er hands team does its job. Well, 4th quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what we saw here. I just wonder if that number is much more of a anecdotal type of a number. Kind of like when the coaches tell us, well, when you score on special teams, 93%.
And across the chalk, into the end zone, it's a 49er touchdown. Tevin Coleman with his 2nd touchdown of the game, number 8 on the season. And the Niners are able to stretch their lead. Gold able to tack on the extra point, and the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. After the touchdown, it's Robbie Gould now to kick it away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. And that last drive, a long drive, but not just that. They had a great air attack going. Did they stick with that?
I would think that they would, because if they were confident enough to do it on the last drive, starting backed up in their own territory, why would you change anything? They've got to be confident about what they're presenting and continue to do so.
Yeah, because the secondary, they really look clueless.
And that was amazing because that drive went and went, no adjustments, and no big plays by the defense to knock the ball away.
A solid run on first down, gain of 7, leaves them with a 2nd and 3. And now here comes the 3rd of their timeouts defensively. So they'll be left with only the 2-minute warning to stop it from here on out.
Let's go, defense. Let's go.
From just shy of midfield, Keenum, throw left side complete. That's Thompson. 22 yards on the catch and run, a first down. Clock management, definitely critical here if they want to get back in this game.
Absolutely agreed. They have to up the tempo in this case, down a couple of scores. Want to make sure they have a chance to win this ball game.
So from inside Niner territory now, this is 1st and 10 as they're down to the 29-yard line. Now a throw to the end zone on first down, but it winds up incomplete. The intended target was the rookie Terry McLaurin, and now it's 2nd down.
Here goes the hot. Like 20.
Bring it. Bring it.
Hot.
back to throw. Keenum. Out to the left here to Reed. And this will move the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the 49ers' 12-yard line. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports.
Let's go, fellas.
First and 10 at the 12-yard line.
So it's Redskin football here as we welcome you back. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. Here's Keenum to throw. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Both defenses have had their struggles, but they've been good enough to get them this lead, and another nice play there to help preserve the lead.
It's been a game of punch-counter-punch, hasn't it? All throughout. But this time, the big swing was taken, and it didn't land. Nice play by them on defense.
Here we go,
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And a few kneel downs should just about do it. Now, defensively, they do have all 3 timeouts, but very little reason to use them at this point. They begin the drive with Coleman. He'll have a first down and more past the 20. And finally taken down at the 26-yard line. The drive starting play, a good one. Give him 19. This defense, Charles, they have unraveled here in the fourth.
In a sense, it's like they're being pressed like in a basketball game, and they just can't get the ball over half court. I mean, no matter what they do, they can't get off the field. They can't slow them down. They're just going up and down the field against them. Yeah, unraveling would be a perfect word for them.
And he'll fight forward to about the 27-yard line. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
Well, they had that one sniffed out. Excellent run blitz. Stop that one for a short gain.
What makes a good run blitz a good run blitz?
The ability to stay on task, to follow up your assignment, go to the gap you're supposed to cover, and not be deterred by anything else.
The Redskins now going to use the first of their 3 timeouts, as they'll get it with just a shade under a minute to go in the game. The Niners on 3rd down, 2 for 5 to this point. This is going to be 3rd and 13. On 3rd down, here's Coleman. And he won't be close to a first down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. Now Washington going to use the 2nd of their 3 timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds left to go in the game. He steps into this one, and this is a rocket. And good hustle here as this is going to be blown dead right at the 9-yard line.
Well, someone's going to be happy with that effort. You know who else is going to be happy? His defense.
Absolutely.
He's created a very long field for that offense to try to traverse.
And he got some help from Mr. Football there, checking up nicely. Good English on that punt. Out there ready for this next drive, the Redskins offense. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the ending, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part 2, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good.
Now the pressure comes, and he goes down. Just inside the 10, back at the 9. D Ford in there to drop him as that clock continues to run. He's going to let it fly. And that will be incomplete as time has run out on this football game. Charles, we saw a lot of points go up in this one. Certainly defensively, stuff that they can look at on film, don't you think?
No doubt about it. And they've got to go back and check where the errors are, how they're going to fix them, and continue to get better at what they do. But they also need a little adjustment with their confidence. To give up that many points, even